War is cruelty. There is no use trying to reform it. The crueler it is, the sooner it will be over. The American Civil War is the bloodiest conflict ever seen on the North American continent. Neighbors fighting neighbors and brothers fighting brothers. Never again, we said. Never again. But some differences just cannot be settled with debate, as you will see today. Welcome everybody, and I recommend you subscribe if you're new. There is plenty of content that you will be missing out if you are not subscribed to the channel, and if you do find yourself enjoying the run, please make sure to leave a like on the video. It does help out a small channel like mine quite a bit. Today we're going to be playing as the US of A in Hearts of Iron 4, and we'll be getting the 2 arms in Dixie achievement and seeing where the game takes us from there. Before we get into the game though, I would like to ask, if you've played the USA in HOI4, what route did you go, and did you enjoy it? And with all that out of the way, let's get into the game. We will be playing as none other than the United States. Historical AI focuses and Iron Man mode on for achievements. Get all of our armies here on a fallback line, just somewhere, it doesn't really matter where, and we will get them under a field marshal. Like I said, I don't think it really matters a whole lot. As far as research goes, we're going to start off with industrial stuff, get built up sooner rather than later. And I believe the meta is to rush heavy fighter ones, and we can get a bonus, and we can get the Thunderbolt super fast. So that's how we're going to do that. As far as this stuff goes, I don't think it matters a whole lot. We're going to start off building a little bit of infrastructure in some areas that maybe we want to get a little bit of extra resources from, and then we will build up a couple of civies in places in the south specifically that have a lot of industrial base. As far as this stuff goes here, I think we're going to switch over the carrier fighters to CAS. A little bit of artillery is probably good. We have 5 more to go, so let's go with 3, 2 here, keep 1 on artillery, and we should be good with that. Starting off, we need to get reestablished the gold standard, and we can't do that because FDR is currently the country leader. So we'll go down some other stuff over here. We can go with War Department, but as I said before, we wanted to get that Thunderbolt a little bit faster, so we're going to rush down this escort fighters. So War Department it is. Turn it on up to speed 5 and unpause. And I guess I should probably explain a little bit. So the main goal is to reestablish the gold standard, pass this America First, which will give us Charles Coughlin here, a brown shirt guy. We will then go down ally the silver shirts, which will destabilize the country, but it will start to change popularity of fascism. We will then rush down for this work with the Bund, which will allow us to recruit some more states to join the loyalists. And then we will obviously honor the Confederacy. And that's the main goal. Our PP is incredibly slow to grow right now. There's a bunch of things going on here, mostly the Great Depression. And you can see here, we have to deal with Senate and the House. So obviously we're going to have some stuff right here, but we're going to be able to do these lobbying efforts, and generally you want to do the small ones is my understanding. What that does is it allows you to slowly flip some people over to your side, which you're going to need to deal with Congress in order to do some of these things here. Stack up some research speed early on, definitely a good thing for us. And as far as this stuff goes, I'm going to go with concentrated industry, and we are just going to work down industry first, and then we'll probably prioritize combat stuff after that. All right, we got the P-38 Lightning unlocked and some construction, so we're just going to continue to push through our research. This one right here is going to be very important for getting our production efficiency cap up. And here is what you do with a navy in HOI4. You put it all into one task force, and then you just dock it up because nobody cares about the navy in this game. The Senate and the House both really like our ruling political party here under FDR, only little do they know that things are about to get a little chaotic. I should also say I am by no means an expert at this game, and I will never claim to be. I have about 550 hours in the game, so it's like I kind of know what I'm doing. I've never gotten this achievement before, so clearly I haven't played the US a whole lot, but we'll see how things go. I feel pretty good about it. I'm going to continue these small lobbying efforts as well. But so if you have something to help, please make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know how you would do things differently, and maybe explain why you think I did something incorrectly. I do appreciate that sort of feedback. I don't think we really need a spy agency, but we might as well get one. The Office of Strategic Services, the OSS. And right now I'm just not doing a national focus because I've gotten down to the escort fighters, and I want to save up our PP for whenever this happens right here, the election of 1938. And we will go with the Republican Party, which will give us some PP, which is great. And it will put good old Alf Landon in charge here. Ideology, drift, defense, and the people have spoken. Now you'll see we will not be able to use this guy until we've gotten America First. So right off the bat, we will go down this way, which will actually help out our economy quite a bit as well. Consumer goods factories as well. And we'll be able to work down this branch here, which will help us negate the modifiers of the Great Depression. And take a look at this, 300 days until we get 1940 tech in 1937. That's pretty sweet. I will get a little bit of cryptology started off here. That way we'll be able to possibly invade some of the neighbors eventually. We have reestablished the gold standard, and we will go America First, which will allow us to finally get this guy here so we can start shifting our focus in our ideology. Since we've got an extra mill factory here from one of our senators, we are going to start off these heavy fighters and get them pumping up a little bit of efficiency here, and hopefully we'll be able to get a few of them off the ground. I think that's going to make a huge difference for the Civil War. It'll allow us to really get an edge in the sky. And with America First finished, you can see here we are not able to do this until we have at least 10%. So in the meantime, we want to go down some of these things. I am going to not take anything for a couple of weeks here, let our PP stack up to 150, hire our fascist demagogue, and start working on that. And wham bam, thank you ma'am. And now you can see here our daily support is going up by 0.1. In a short period of time, we'll be able to take this as well as start working down here and helping out our economy a bit. And with 10% support, we can ally with the silver shirts, which will hurt our stability, but it will give us some senators and representatives and will change the popularity of fascism. It will move us closer to a civil war. We have finished our national focus and we have protests in the capital. We will let them protest. We have a country to run. We really want to rush down here and get this work with the Bund, which will secure Ohio, Missouri, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. That's a huge chunk of land. And then in the meantime, we also want to work our way through this. I want to get at least this first one and then we'll work down here. The earlier we take it, the better. With a nice little surplus of guns, I think I will drill our armies just a little bit to make sure that we can get a little bit of army experience. The Thunderbolt has been researched. How cool is that? And we're just going to continue down a couple of these more military ones because we're already caught up on industry. So let's upgrade you. It is going to be a little expensive. We're only losing 5% speed due to lack of resources. So I don't think it's worth using a civvy to get that extra rubber. Look how trash this is. I know people usually point this out right in the very beginning, but getting rid of this is something that's just you just have to wait for it. Let's go ahead here and send Lindbergh to Germany. And finally, we will work with the Bund, which will give us some bonuses here when the Civil War starts, which is really good. Plus it helps out our relations with Germany, which might come in handy eventually. And since we're America, we can actually drill our Navy at all times around the clock, and we don't even lose oil because, you know, we make a lot of oil. We have the 10 million march, which is definitely a sign of things to come here. We're going to lose some stability and some more support. It means that we're doing okay on our times here. So the work with the Bund is going to finish soon enough. We're going to continue to work our way through the Great Depression, and I think we'll be okay. This is going to be happening. Yep, we're going to have some soldiers deserting. There's nothing we can do about it. We're going to have our guns getting stolen. It is what it is. We had our armory raided over here by like a French lady with a MP40. That's what that is. So either way, we're going to lose 1,000 of our guns. So I don't think we want to be drilling our armies anymore because we definitely want to make sure our infantry equipment is stocked up and ready to go, because we're probably going to want to punch out quite a few infantry units as soon as the Civil War pops out to make sure that we're able to fill out our front lines, because front lines in America can be pretty wide. Yikes, workers on strike. That's going to be pretty bad. I'm pretty sure that actually will make us like in the negative when it comes to this. Yeah, look at this. We have negative 28 factories that can be used for trade with a total of 0 factories for construction. Safe to say our economy is going to crash until we're done with the Civil War. Protectionist tariffs here will help us out even more. It'll take us off of free trade, but that's okay. Honestly, we've done most of the important research. Yeah, another round of strikes is really starting to slow things down here. I'm trying to get a couple of military factories up off the ground here in our general core territory. That way we can avoid any major setbacks in the beginning of the Civil War. But yeah, we're going to have to figure out exactly how to do this. Let's institute some income tax reform, because as a true blue libertarian, I cannot stand taxes. So that's how we do it here. Here we go. To arms in Dixie. The Boston Rebellion has happened. Democratic supporters will start a civil war. Politics will change. Non-aligned will become our ruling party, and Fritz Kuhn will become a general. Let's slow things down just to make sure that things don't get a little out of hand here. The Midwest has declared for the government, which is great. And yes, we do need Amelia Earhart. How cool is that? Because she finished her circumnavigation. What I want to do here is get a bunch of these cavalry divisions trained up and just spit out as many of them as quickly as possible. And what that's going to do is that is going to allow us to at least fill up our front lines here. You can see right now it's just over here. These guys over here are going to be problematic, and I believe California will break free as well, so we're going to have to send some men over to that front as well. The East Coast has joined the rebellion as expected. That is fine. I have a front line here. Everybody wants to send me stuff. I will gladly take it. Yes, please. Yes, please. And I suppose there's no time like the present to push in and down some of these guys and get moving into their territory. And the Southwest has seceded as well. Yes. So things are getting a little bit risky here. We'll see. The Northwest has seceded as well, and the Midwest has seceded also. Goodness gracious. So I think this is where we're going to end here. Things are looking a little bit hairy over here, but I don't think they have hardly any regiments over here. I think almost their entire army is right here. And so the sooner we can encircle as many of these regiments as possible, the better. Their capital is up here in Boston, so we're going to have to handle that. Oh, my gosh. Germany sent us 5 medium tank regiments. Oh, thank you, Germany. These sons of guns are out here sinking my convoy, so I think we're going to have to take our navy and have them set up shop over here. Douglas MacArthur offers to lead the government. That would give us some division attack on core territory, which is really good. I think that desperate times calls for desperate measures. Welcome, Douglas MacArthur. And that should actually really help us out a bit. We have some great encirclements already, so we're going to continue to work with that, but we'll see exactly what we're capable of here. A couple of these horses are ready to go. Let's get those 12 guys out of there, and we are going to switch their template over to a normal division. We don't have any infantry equipment to give them, but that's okay. When we take a look at these losses, they've lost more than we have, which is good. Hopefully we don't lose much more at all, but we need to continue to advance this front here without getting our guys too tangled up over here. These guys are getting beat up on, so maybe we need to bring an army over here to handle them. We will continue to advance the front. These German tanks really need to get moving, and they have some armies. Oh my goodness. Okay. We must continue to push the front. Try to swing down here, close them off at Philadelphia, and cut them off in Baltimore and Washington. I think a little bit of micro will go a long way towards allowing us to win this war. We can raise the Silver Legions. So let's go ahead and do that. That'll give us 11 regiments here that we can attach over here to Joseph Stilwell. They will rapid redeploy down there, and they're actually already trained up, which is really good. Heroes on the production front will remove strikes, widespread strikes, and general strikes, and we will gain some stability. That's good. We need some stability. Our low stability is hurting us quite badly. Let's get some AM1 Tommy gun. Oh my gosh, yes, their navy is getting massacred over here. Income tax reform, very good. Let's go ahead and go down this branch here to get a little bit of extra stability. Definitely wouldn't hurt us. Yikes, our equipment deficit is atrocious, but that's okay. We're going to do what we can with it. Losses are very heavy on their front compared to ours, so that's good. This is bad for them. Look at this. They got 5 regiments here about to just get wiped out. Look at these losses. Oh my goodness, 60 to 100. I can live with that. I can live with that. And it's going to keep going up. 130, 150. Yikes. Yeah, I don't think they're coming back from this one. Oh, baby, did we do it good over here. Look at this. 7 submarines, 4 heavy cruisers, 8 destroyers, and 11 light cruisers were sunk. Yikes. That's quite a loss. And then, oh my gosh, look at this one. We sunk a battleship. You sunk my battleship. 24 destroyers, 5 heavies, and 15 subs. Their navy is dead. They don't have a navy anymore. The downside is that this is all stuff that I don't get back whenever we win the war, assuming that's actually how this works. But you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about a win. All right, we've pushed them across the river. Is this the breakthrough we were looking for here? Very good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, cool. Let's do a little bit of war propaganda against the United States. Let us raise the Silver Legions, and then let us also raise the Free Corps. And that will get us a ton of regiments. They're literal garbage. It does not matter. It doesn't matter at all. All we need is for them to fill out the front line, and we will fill in the front line over here. Now, obviously, it would probably be better for us to use field marshal order, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. Definitely need to relieve these guys. They're getting pushed back all the way to Buffalo. 240 will become 250, which becomes 255. Nice. Peru wants to send some divisions. Absolutely. Thank you, Peru. Japan wants to send me some guns. Absolutely, Japan. We're actually almost close to breaking even during the war. We're only 80 days away. Let's have these guys draw up this division line here, set them on aggressive, and have them push. Oh, yes, we're pushing them. Now we have well over double their men in the field. We have lost less men than they have as well, and it is just a matter of time before we push them into the sea. Germany is like single-handedly floating us. They have given us so many guns in the past couple of months, and the United States has capitulated. Let's go, baby. So we got a bunch of trains, some support equipment, and some other. Just in time, too, because Germany just declared war on Poland. Don't mind us over here. Just a massive world war going on, but we just had a big civil war, so we're gonna have to sit this one out. But now with the Civil War over, I think we're just gonna work down here to honor the Confederacy, and I think we can do some decisions which will kind of let us figure out our future national identity. And we will now honor the Confederacy, which says that for too long, the story of the Civil War was told from the northern perspective, story of a doomed rebellion. It is time that the other side is heard as well. We'll unlock our honor the Confederacy decisions, and they will allow us to rebuild the people's trust in the government in the event of a civil war by reconnecting with the past. Honor the Confederacy, which will give us a couple of decisions. Let's take a look at those. And we can now celebrate Montgomery Convention Day, which will give us some base stability and change the popularity of fascism. Or we can move our government to Richmond, which will move our capital to Virginia. Let's go ahead and celebrate Montgomery Convention Day here. What do you say we seize Cuba? Don't take anything I do in this series as my opinion on a political commentary of anything, because it's not, I promise. We play video games for escapism, and escapism only. Make escapism great again. Here we go. Let's enshrine states' rights. Now, I do have a feeling that if we declare war on Cuba, that the allies are going to join. Hopefully, we're good up here and we have an army If Canada joins, obviously, we'll be able to roll right through them. So I'm not worried about Canada. It is time to seize Cuba. Let's eliminate the southern threat as well, which will allow us to attack Mexico. Let's declare war on these guys for an annexation. And let's send these boys down this way with our navy, of course. There you go. We've landed some men. Let's get our boyos over here. And there we go. We get to annex them for free. Heck yeah, bro. Let us just take all states. That's fine with me. And we're going to prepare a little bit of the same for Mexico. Let's go ahead and throw some support anti-air in here, and then an extra artillery in these armies to give them a little bit of extra combat with. I think that'll be fine. We have the artillery coming in. So maybe we also want to do some cavalry recon. I think that's appropriate. Start working on some snorkels here, and maybe we can even get some submarines up. If we do go to war with the Allies, it would be nice to sink their navies, especially if we can do it while they're bringing men across the Atlantic. These guys have refused, so it is time to puppet Mexico. So before they get any guarantees or anything like that, let's go ahead and let's push the attack here. Let's have these guys over here on a front line there and have them pushing. Oh yeah, Mexico is crumbling and they have not joined anybody yet, so this is good. Let's get started on some submarines here. Torpedoes, you guessed it. Snorkel, which reduces visibility, that's the big one. And more torpedoes. You guessed it, more torpedoes. And the best engine we can get here, all is well. We're starting to overrun them. There's nothing they can do much about after this point. There's an encirclement right here. Just need to mop this up and we should be able to, bam, right there. We're going to go ahead and puppet Mexico. And there we go. So apparently Paradox is just stupid. And you actually have to do these during the war. So we're going to stay the United States, even though we are indeed a fascist dictatorship, military dictatorship under one Douglas MacArthur. But I kind of like the idea of not even becoming the Confederates, because it's one of those things where it's like, you know, we could be Confederate, but we're really not. We are our own brand of American now. We're going to create our own faction here. America! Family friendly. We don't really swear here, so the Dawn America. Let's go. The Canadian corridor is going to give us a conquer war goal, or we're going to lose some bonuses. Well, I think that's fine. I think we're just going to go ahead and attack them then. Screw you guys. It's going to call in the Allies, of course, but I don't particularly care because we are going to be able to absolutely steamroll them. We'll have Nimitz over here on our submarine navy. We can get some non-aggression packs and some volunteer regiments from people, so we will take all that, absolutely. Oh yeah, they don't even have enough regiments to fulfill the front line, so we're just gonna keep pushing through. Hopefully we can take their capital of Edmonton over here in the prairies pretty quickly. Yeah, there we go. We're raiding all their convoys. Feels good, man. Another one, another one, another one. But some of those convoys could be carrying troops as well. So when we're sinking these guys, we could tentatively be sinking their men as well. Yeah, take a look. We've killed 25,000 of their men. How? I don't know. Unless they have some men garrisoned over here, which I highly doubt considering the fact that they're at war with Germany right now. I didn't even think to garrison Alaska, but Canada has capitulated. And just like that, we're just going to have to mop up a bunch of little regiments over here and we are good to go. Let's get that M2 carbine, not to be confused with the M1 carbine. Looks like this one right here will give us limited conscription already, so that's totally fine. I didn't know that. I would have saved up that mana then. Let's get some docking rights from these lads and some military access. That should get us to a point where we're able to do some naval landings from up here. We are absolutely just thrashing these guys as they try to land men. I know so many of their men have just been drowned in the sea. Almost 250,000 losses just from us. You can actually take a look at exactly what's been going on here. So you can see in the last month, I have lost 1 ship to their 59. And in the last year, I've lost 10 ships to their 157. And that does include convoys as well. Let's take the Navy over here, see if we can do a landing here on Britain while we're also pushing these guys back into the sea. There you go. Let's land some men on Britain. Take the port here and spread out as quickly as possible. Looks like the Brits do not have that many men on the Isles. This is really called Cockermouth. Come on now, I'm telling you, British cities have the weirdest names and you cannot convince me otherwise. The attack on London, it's going. We've pushed them out of Bristol. It's only a matter of time before the UK capitulates. We're pushing in and there you go. We've taken London. Hell yeah, man. I feel like the British are always way harder when you're playing as Germany, man. This is such a cakewalk. I kind of can't even comprehend how easy this is. This is so much easier than I remember it being. And British India has now become a great power, of course. There you go. The UK has capitulated. Iceland has joined the Axis. Very good. Oh, here we go. We are beginning our naval invasion. Once we capitulate India and Australia, we should be able to call it a day. Let's send these guys some carbines. Let's send them 50% of our monthly production. If they don't run out of guns, they should be able to just completely slap the Soviet Union here. Looks like we are able to land on Singapore unopposed. Heck yeah, man. Let's spread out here. And just like that, all is well. And now we begin the process of planning out this naval landing. And we have landed here in India. Very good. Nice little encirclement here. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Just seems so poetic that the American economy is actually destroying the Soviets in this timeline. Yeah, the Indians not feeling too good anymore. We're really starting to roll through them, and then we just got to get to Australia. Mexico annexed Mexico and thus removed them from our puppet state. Feels bad, man. We're better off without them, honestly. What do you guys say we do a little bit of unrestricted submarine warfare? There you go. Now they'll capitulate, and then we'll just have to flip on over to Australia and handle that as well. At this point, it's, is there a sea tile? We are going to be raiding it. And if you had any questions about our naval supremacy with subs, 42, 10, 65. Let the attack begin. Isn't there like a really interesting quote by Patton where he said like, my question is not about like the heart of the Russian, rather how much lead it takes to kill them or something like that. Man, Patton was a freaking character, man. No doubt about that. Nobody could argue that. Look at all these subs, dude. Look at all these subs. They don't stand a chance. Trying to move their armies around, they get killed. Trying to trade for resources, they get killed. They lose no matter what. There's nothing they can do about it. And that's all she wrote for Australia. The war is over. Huzzah. We are the primary benefactor in the war since we are the one who had the most participation. So we will come on over here and we will take all states in Canada, of course. Puppet the British. Let's take all of the British provinces for themselves, or at least everything that we can here. We'll puppet Australia. We will puppet Malaysia. We will also puppet South Africa, puppet New Zealand, and puppet India. And just like that, the peace conference is over. You can take a look at exactly what's going on here. If you zoom out here, we've got Britain here is part of America. We have a free France vassal here. Cool that they have the Capet flag, I think is how it's pronounced. But anyways, we wanted them because we can take their navy, the British Navy. We also have subjects over here. India, we have some subjects randomly sprinkled throughout this area over here. I am no longer in war, but it says we are in war. But lads, I think that that is a great place to call it. We did indeed today get 2 arms in Dixie. That was pretty fun. We ended up sinking a lot of ships here. We won the Second World War, and now Germany is, with our help, going to be able to roll through the Soviets. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure you let me know. Leave a like on the video. Don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe, because I got plenty of content you're missing out on if you are not subscribed. If you really want to support me, I do have a Patreon. It's linked in the description below my videos. It is the reason why I'm able to do what I do full time, making these videos for you guys. So if you enjoy it and you want to pitch me a couple of dollars, check out the Patreon. Follow me on my Twitch, twitch.tv/ChewieShoot. Follow my Twitter. Join my subreddit if you want to post some good memes over there. But that's all I've got for you for today. So until next time, guys, stay chill.